I want to be like Mike. That's Michael Jordan. However,
and it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly, truly fantastic day today. So, fanboys, I hope you guys are prepared for the fact that your king is going to be under more scrutiny this season than you guys have probably ever seen. Just due to the fact that, like I said, when LeBron James retires, the kingdom is going to crumble. I know you guys probably don't want to believe that, but when he retires, the kingdom is going to crumble. And I feel like we're already seeing signs of that. But outside of that, this latest act of getting Bronny James on a team is it's bringing about much more scrutiny, like I said, than I think LeBron James anticipated himself. And so due to this and the clown show that is the Lakers with JJ Redick as a head coach, your king is going to be getting scrutinized heavily this year. So I hope you guys are prepared for it. I hope you guys suffer appropriately because I hope your day is going terrible. But on that note, It Is What It Is podcast with Cam and Mase, which I personally like because, you know, I was a fan of both Cam and Mase back in the 90s. You know, it's kind of cool to see them reinvent themselves in this way. To me, they have one of the better podcast shows out there, and I enjoy it for the most part. But they had on Vernon Maxwell, and they talked about various things. And one of the things they talked about was LeBron James and Bronny James. And they were having a very, very unfiltered conversation. For those who know Vernon Maxwell, he is in general a very unfiltered guy. But on here in particular, it was very unfiltered. So the clip I'm going to play has more language in it than a clip I would normally play on this channel. So for those of you, just warning for those of you, because like I said, I normally don't play language like this on this channel. But I'm going to play it because I think, like I said, they were being very unfiltered about Bronny James and LeBron James and what this means. So without further ado, let's check out this clip from Cam and Mase with Vernon Maxwell.
Yeah, you know, like Ken Griffey, his daddy, they played together, and both of them got base hits or some shit, or doubles or some shit, or a home run. Both of them hit a home run in the same game. And he say, shit, maybe tonight, you know, be compatible with that. Bronny catch an alley hoop and I catch an alley hoop, and then
who said that, bro?
Ron. I was like, well, damn, man, come on, man, you stretching the shit.
Yeah, you guys stay away
with all this bullshit, Ron. I mean, come on, man, stop playing.
You already 3 card Molly, nigga.
Stop fucking playing. You already robbing. Stop with this bullshit.
So if your son was in there, what would you do differently?
Well, shit, I'd be like, nigga, just be cool, nigga, and just stay in your lane, nigga, and I got you here, nigga, and be thankful. Motherfucker, let's ride out, nigga. Let's ride out, nigga. I ain't gonna make it like you gonna be a motherfucker gonna be contributing, nigga. But nigga, just chill. Let me go out here and do this. And nigga, when you get your moments, when we blowing the motherfucker out, you just come in and just be you, man. Just cause nigga, you don't supposed to be here.
Okay, so you heard the clip, and basically, you know, he starts off talking about this whole comparison, and LeBron comparing this whole thing. I talked a little bit about this in my video about the game. This whole comparison Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr., which is a ridiculous comparison. You know, again, you're talking about two great players where the son actually turned out to be greater than the father, which rarely happens, especially, you know, when you have a father that is a great player himself. But then, and I didn't hear this clip, so I'm gonna have to go dig up this clip and find out. But he says that LeBron said something to the effect that, yeah, maybe I'll get an alley-oop in the game, and Bronny will get an alley-oop in the game, and Vernon Maxwell's like, hey, stop stretching the truth, man. So you stretching. Like you're already robbing the NBA. Like let's be realistic here. And then so they kind of move in. They was like, well, if it was your son in the NBA, how would you do things differently? And basically he's saying that, hey, I would tell my son to just stay on the low. Like, stay on the low, and, you know, I'm not gonna overhype him. I'm not gonna oversell him. Like, stay on the low, stay in your lane, because you're not even supposed to be here. You're not even supposed to be here. So let's keep this thing on the low and, you know, just play it cool. And I think this is the point, really, of the whole thing, right? Is no matter what you think about LeBron James, in this whole nepotism thing and him getting his son, no matter what you think about that, you cannot disagree that this should have been handled differently. Now, obviously, it's LeBron James, and Bronny would get a certain amount of attention just off of that alone. But this is a completely different thing when it has been LeBron James who has sold everybody on this notion that Bronny is better than all of these NBA players to begin with, before he had even been in the league. This is LeBron James who sold us on this notion, and this kind of goes along with the whole theme of LeBron James, and that is, it is one thing if you're gonna play the game with no integrity. It is one thing if you're gonna take shortcuts and whatnot. But it is another thing to lie about it, and it is another thing to expect the same kind of respect as a person who is taking shortcuts that a person who didn't take those shortcuts would get. See, this is two different things. It's like, if you're gonna take shortcuts and you're gonna do all this thing, just accept what comes with it, and that is less respect. But be cool about it. Like, understand that. Hey, you know what? I took shortcuts and I flopped, and yes, I did abuse my power to force trades and make my own super teams. But, you know, I accept that. I understand that people will never see me as great as Michael Jordan, but, you know, I'm just going to be happy with my 4 rings. I understand that some people only think I have 3.5 rings because they count 2020 as the Disney bubble ring, and they don't, and I'm okay with that. Because I chose this, you know, I decided in my career that I was going to take shortcuts, and I accept the responsibility of these shortcuts. See, this would be a different story, but this is not what happens. And this is not just LeBron James. You know, Friday I'm going to do shout out to Angry Old Hoops, shout out to Sports and Fitness Rants, because I believe both of them have done videos on this already, about this whole LeBron James starting 5 on Netflix. I'm going to save that for Fanboy Friday. But this is what this whole thing is about. And it's not just LeBron James. It is this generation of people who think that they can do whatever they want without the consequences that come with them. You know, it's like, yes, you can. Hey, fanboys, let me talk to you guys. Yes, you can take shortcuts. Yes, it is okay that your king forms super teams and that he flops and that he does all these deplorable things that real NBA fans despise. It is okay that he does that. But what he cannot escape is the criticism that comes with that. It is unescapable. You can't have your cake and eat it too. This is what LeBron James is, the Kardashian of the NBA. And this is basically what Vernon Maxwell was saying. It's like, okay, you got Bronny on the team, but it's like this whole thing should have been kept as low profile as possible. Because ultimately, well, number one, I think considering all the hype that was around it, right? The Lakers opener was a pretty big disappointment. Like, it was all this hype of first son and father NBA duo on the NBA in the same team. And when the moment happened, it was pretty uneventful. And Bronny played 2 minutes and 41 seconds. So this is the point. And like I said, this kind of goes along with the whole theme of LeBron James' career. It's like, you can do these things, but stay low profile about it. Like, just accept what comes with it and stop trying to force people through unclutched sports and through all the BS narratives that you put out. Stop trying to force people to accept these things the way you want us to accept them. Stop trying to force people to look at Bronny and say, oh, well, you know, he of course he's struggling. He's a rookie in the NBA, but he's gonna be great. About 15 years from now, he'll probably be he probably would have earned his position by then. You know, he'll be worth the $8 million that we're paying him now. Like, stop trying to force us to accept something that people in general are never going to accept. You are the one who have to accept it. LeBron James, fanboys, and unclutched sports. You guys are the ones who are going to have to accept the fact that no matter what you say or do, people are never going to respect when you try to sell them something that isn't what you say it is. It's never gonna happen. But anyway, it's the beginning of the season, people. We're just getting started. Shout out to Vernon Maxwell. Shout out to Cam and Mase for that content. And but yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think about what Vernon Maxwell had to say about this situation, about the ridiculousness of LeBron James comparing him and Bronny to Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr., about the ridiculousness that LeBron James is robbing the NBA, and about the fact that, hey, yeah, if that was my son, I would have kept this whole thing under the radar as much as possible, because I understand that, hey, you're not supposed to be here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.